Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, sitting down to talk a bit about Fallout. It's gonna be a fun one today because I'm looking at the kitchen at Bethesda right now and I'm seeing on the countertop all these different ingredients. But what they're cooking, I have no idea what it is. I just know there's one connective tissue across all these ingredients. That's Fallout, baby. So it's going to be a fun one. I'm about to enter preview mode, so I wanted to get this out of my system. We're going to be talking about Exoprimal. We're going to be talking about Diablo 4. And I think most importantly to all of you, we're going to be talking about Redfall, which I've gotten hands-on time with. So we'll talk about all of that soon. But right now, a fun Fallout-focused conversation. Let's get it started. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I want to begin with Fallout 76. The reason for that is, love it or hate it, Fallout 76 is currently the most active part of the Fallout brand. It's the one that continues to get support. Bethesda signed on a new studio in Double 11 to continue to support the game, and they also renewed their commitment, saying that they have a multi-year roadmap planned out for 76. Now, when I saw the 2022 roadmap for Fallout 76, I would have thought that's not the case and that, in fact, this game was getting ready to be sunset. However, Bethesda has different plans and renewed their commitment to the game, which I was happy to see. One thing I respect Bethesda about with 76 is this was a pretty easy game to quit. They didn't quit. And I get cool updates like Nuka World on Tour, which I was surprisingly fond of. I wasn't fond of the Pit, which was the one I was truly excited about. But if we get more updates that are balanced in the way that Nuka World on Tour was, where loot is fair and we're getting fun activities to do, I really like where that's trending, and I could totally get behind a 76 doing more fun random stuff like that. Right now, we're heading into that time where we're going to see the 76 roadmap, and it's going to be very telling on what this new Bethesda commitment is. A lot of 76 fans are starting to get into that area of, okay, what's next now, Bethesda? What are you going to do for us? That has only been fueled by the mixed reception I've personally seen to Season 12 of Fallout 76, which is called Rip Daring, and it's all about cryptid hunting. And so people are going, where's the new locations? Where's the new quest lines? And in fairness, I get that, but Bethesda did do Wastelanders, all the Brotherhood of Steel quest lines, Expeditions, which is the first time you've ever been able to leave the Appalachian. Well, I've had mixed results with all of these, and I'm not trying to defend them too hard. They are clearly working on that type of content still and haven't really left us out to dry too long. I'm hoping that with this new roadmap that they are going to be producing that style content. The reason this roadmap is important to track is because we have the Fallout TV show in production. And I do believe that Fallout 76, out of any part of the Fallout IP, will definitely sink its teeth into the Fallout TV show audience. Bethesda would be foolish to not take this show that's without a doubt going to be popular. Whether or not it'll be good, we will see when it releases, but it's definitely going to be popular, and then synchronize, say, Fallout TV show events that are happening in-game in 76. It just sells itself, right? So I feel like we're going to get a good gauge on where this TV show might land if we take a close look at the roadmap, if Bethesda is truly that transparent. But we are approaching that point. When you look at Fallout 76's 2021 roadmap, that was announced at the end of March that year. When you look at 2022's roadmap, that was toward the end of February. So we are starting to approach the time where Bethesda is going to say something, and as we get deeper into March, fans become more restless and wonder if something even bigger is on the horizon. And what I'm crossing my fingers for is more than last year. Last year seemed pretty thin outside of the Pit, Expeditions, as well as what was going on with Nuka World on Tour. I imagine we're going to get another Fallout type of expedition, such as maybe Fallout 3, as that was previously leaked. That would make a lot of sense. But that's kind of what's going on with 76. And the reason that's all important to track is because right now, Bethesda is submitting a lot of trademarks. A lot of trademarks for the Fallout IP. As you can see right here, all of these are quite recent. For clothing, for entertainment services, for games and toys, for household or kitchen utensils. They've even updated the Fallout logo in the trademarks, which I'll have some thoughts on that. And even the Vault-Tec trademark. I mean, there are so many different Fallout trademark updates and new ones submitted. The latter being more important. It's one thing to update an already existing trademark for Fallout, but when they are submitting brand new ones, again, it's that thing I said at the beginning of this video where we see all these ingredients here in the kitchen. It's a little bit mysterious. We don't know what Papa Bethesda is cooking, but it could be a great meal. Who knows? And that's what's exciting about it. Something is happening. My guess is this is the preparation for the Fallout TV show coming to fruition. We've already seen that it's possible season 1 is done filming based off the leaked set photos. We've seen a set photo gift, likely indicating that, again, filming is closed. We're seeing tons of shots of the show that all look fantastic and, quite frankly, way better than I could have imagined. And I think we have to be knocking on the door, again, as I've said, within the next half a year to be getting a trailer for this TV show. And that's why I think the 76 roadmap is important to look at, because if we're looking deeper into the year for a Fallout TV show trailer or a teaser of some kind, and then you have the 76 roadmap, I think these two are definitely going to synchronize the most. But seeing all these trademark updates, without a doubt, Bethesda's going to go in over on their merch shop and have all the good stuff that we're looking for. The t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the household goods. You can get your little Fallout bottle opener or whatnot. That is probably the direction they're heading in, is they're setting up to monetize heavily the TV show, and as they should, because it's going to be the most active the brand has been since the announcement and release of Fallout 76. But it also gets even more interesting as we dig deeper, because some folks have wondered about a topic that we've covered here on the channel, which is Bethesda Game Studios' mysterious game in development. You look at some of these LinkedIn postings and job listings, and you see all these mentionings for Bethesda Game Studios working on an unannounced project of some kind. And folks are asking, is that a new Fallout game? Because all these other things are cooking in the background. And my answer is, could be. There's a couple of answers. One answer you may not want to hear. The other answer would be very exciting, but I'm not too sure about it. So I think the most likely answer here is Spy Team. We've heard about Spy Team in trademark listings and rumors for a stupid long amount of time. And even Todd Howard spoke a bit about some secret mobile game that's in development at Bethesda Game Studios that he thinks is awesome. I'm very curious if it's going to be a separate mobile game or if it's going to be one tied into Starfield. Certainly, we saw what Fallout Shelter and Fallout 4 did together. Fallout Shelter technically being one of the most financially successful Fallout games in the IP. So I imagine they know there's some power in synchronizing the hype cycle with this new mobile game. But Spy Team, at least from the outside looking in, doesn't sound very Starfield-y to me. We've seen that Bethesda has continued to support their mobile division with Shelter, with Elder Scrolls Blades, and possibly even Spy Team if it ends up being that. Now, what would be the miraculous one, the one that we all think makes the most sense as hardcore gamers, would, yes, be that Fallout remaster. I am right there with you. It's funny, a random story, but I actually had a dream the other night that the Fallout 3 remaster was announced. I was like, I need serious help. But this would be the one that I think makes sense as a fan. And I think my fanship may be getting a little heavily involved and keeping me from being fully objective. But as a Fallout fan, I can't think of a better way to come off of your 25th anniversary of the franchise than celebrating it with, hey, here are all the classics updated for all platforms, by the way, to enjoy, not just Xbox, but PlayStation, who can't play Fallout 3 or New Vegas and back compat with 60 FPS. Here's your updated way of enjoying these games, and it's coming out around the time that the Fallout show is. Why would they want to do this? Look no further than CD Projekt Red. I think that Bethesda Game Studios and CD Projekt Red have more in common than people are willing to recognize. When we talked about the delay, I leaned into CD Projekt Red, as some of you may have noticed. I'm going to do so again here. There's no denying that CD Projekt Red has found this secret sauce with their Netflix collaboration alongside their own video game. Cyberpunk's Edgerunners update, syncing up with the Edgerunners anime, really gave that game a multi-month shot in the arm. A very necessary one at that, but it finally showcased to people, yo, Cyberpunk is legit, believe in this thing. And I think that 76 could benefit from much of that if they dropped their biggest, most ambitious update at the time of the show, where people went, 76, it's not that game you remember from 2018. It's different now. Maybe for some of you, a bit of an optimistic point of view, but hey, why not? Again, this is just fun speculation. The other one could be, here is this brand new Fallout game that you remember from years ago. Come pick it up, and Bethesda just counts their Scrooge McDuck levels of money as people who are hyped about the show pick up this old video game. And this is where also the Fallout 4 Next Gen update plays a factor, because that's option number 3. I just have this strong feeling, though, based off the success we've seen with CD Projekt Red and their TV shows, where The Witcher 3 hit its highest player count, and we saw how well Cyberpunk did all these years later, that Bethesda's going to try to find a way to capitalize if they can. Just like with The Last of Us and the TV show and Part 1 releasing, no doubt PlayStation knew what they were doing. And so I can't help but wonder, will Fallout 4's Next Gen update be Bethesda's answer to that? Hey, here's this thing that, as they write on their own Bethesda Net post, a update that's going to include improved frame rate, it's going to have a performance mode, it's going to have quality features for 4K, but also bug fixes, so better than ever, and even bonus Creation Club content. If you go over to Fallout 4 on SteamDB, it's getting about monthly updates. It just got a recent one a couple of days ago as of the time of recording all of this. So any one of these options is plausible. 76 getting an update that synchronizes with the TV show makes a lot of sense to me. Also, a Fallout remaster, I think, just makes a lot of sense to hold fans over until Fallout 5, which we know is on the way, according to Todd Howard, who just happened to announce it last year, saying, yeah, that's after Elder Scrolls 6. Okay, roadmap set. Very unlike Bethesda Game Studios, but I appreciate the transparency. Now we know we're probably thinking 2030s. You gotta hit the mid-gen refresh button, if you will. And so Fallout 4 Next Gen update, Fallout remasters, those make sense too. We just have one certainty, I'd imagine, if the habitual nature of the games industry is anything to go by, and it's that, yeah, they like to capitalize on their popular shows with big game updates and drive that player base somewhere. 76 would make the most business sense. There's the Atomic Shop, there's the Battle Pass, there's the scoreboard. I mean, there's so much going on with that game that if they drove a big portion of the player base there, yeah, you'd maybe see an influx of cash that Bethesda otherwise wouldn't get. You release a new remaster alongside the show, yeah, you're definitely going to see a big pop of cash there. And of course, Fallout 4 is the kind of question mark where, do you make money off of that? Maybe, because people want to just buy it and play it again, but it's hard to tell. Now, the problem with all of this is it's fun speculation, but when are you hearing about it? I don't think it'll at least be until June and onward. Why is that? It's Redfall's time. Like I said, I had the chance to go hands-on with Redfall. I'll have a video on that soon. I can't say when. I'm excited to talk about it, but it's Redfall's time, and Bethesda is focusing on marketing that. Not that they can't do two things at once, but I really like, based off the fact that I attended this event and I'm seeing trailers pick up for it, Bethesda's really putting a lot of effort into marketing Redfall. And I think that's important because while I had my concerns going into Redfall, one thing that I always knew about Arcane with my love for Dishonored and Prey is that they haven't had, in my eyes, the true big deal financial winner, the big deal player base winner. Any reports, and I've never been privy to the numbers, of course, but any reports I see are Dishonored 2 underperformed compared to the first one. And that seemed to be the story for Wolfenstein 2, as well as The Evil Within 2. And I just want to see Arcane have a win, right? I just want to see them have a win. And I think Bethesda would be wise to spend their time marketing Redfall in the meantime. And then after Redfall releases, when it's time to maybe talk about Fallout and talk about Starfield, lean into that a little bit more. The other question is, can you undercut Starfield by putting a little Fallout remaster someplace before September or after? I think these two can actually coexist more than people realize. Like if they said, hey, Starfield's in September and in November, you're going to get the Fallout 3 special edition, I think that would actually be really exciting for people. Maybe for some, way too much of a flashback, right? Where you have this next-gen Bethesda Game Studios style title, and then you got the old school crickety first-person gameplay of Fallout 3 that I still love, but maybe too much of a flashback for people in the wrong way. There's a lot of ways Bethesda can go with it, but what's interesting to see here is a lot of tidbits are active right now with trademark listings being made, with Fallout 76 getting a new roadmap presumably soon, the Fallout 4 Next Gen update still cooking in the oven, and as always, while I have laid to rest my incessant begging of it, the desire for a Fallout remaster is more relevant than ever. So Bethesda could go in any direction and win. And while that's extremely tantalizing, it's also a little scary because it could go in the direction that may disappoint you. We'll see in due time. I just wanted to share my thoughts here today. And of course, get yours. So let me know what you're thinking about Fallout and its future in the comments down below. Other than that, take fantastic care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. And a big thank you to all the patrons, all the members who continue to support the heck out of the content here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.